So over the last couple of days, we have done rebuilds with teams that got eliminated in round one with some really dark futures, like the Milwaukee Bucks potentially, like the Phoenix Suns. But a team that may have the bleakest future out of any of these rebuilds so far could be the LA Clippers. The LA Clippers had one of the older rosters in the league and failed to make it out of round one. Kawhi Leonard was hurt again. Paul George, James Harden, and Russell Westbrook were way too inconsistent. This team is only getting older. Some of these guys are free agents, and they don't have any draft capital going forward. I guess the bright spot is they're gonna have a new arena, a completely new rebranding soon, and they have the richest owner in all of basketball, but still, this is a very dark future. So what is going on, everybody? How is everybody doing today? We are gonna be doing our LA Clippers elimination rebuild, and there are some major things to talk about. So Kawhi Leonard has a 3-year deal left on his contract. He has 3 more years, but he was hurt again in round number 1. We finally saw a healthy Kawhi Leonard throughout the regular season, and it just fell short. Again, he was hurt with the knee issues in the playoffs. Paul George can be a free agent. It looks like he's going to opt out of his 2025 player option. He's going to be an unrestricted free agent. He'll get calls by Philly. He'll get calls from Orlando and a plethora of teams. James Harden, 34 years old, as a free agent as well. Had some good series in round 1, or had some good games, and had some bad games for sure. Zubac is a fine center, but in my opinion, you're not winning a championship with him as the 5. Norman Powell's got a couple years left on his deal, coming off a good 6-man season. I may look to move him. Russ is a $4 million player option. In my opinion, he should opt into that. I don't know what other team is giving him a contract just because of how bad of a shooter he is at this point of his career. They have to pay PJ Tucker $11 million next year as well. It's not looking good for the Clippers. So we're going to rebrand the Clippers. Obviously, I do like their new rebrand look. I did a rebuild immediately after they announced this rebrand, and a little bit more design going forward. So let's see who ends up winning the 2024 NBA Finals. It's the Denver Nuggets, and it's the Cleveland Cavaliers. So the Nuggets come back down 2-0. They're currently down right now at the moment I'm recording this to the Timberwolves, and they lost both of those games at home. Am I going to be doing an elimination Nuggets rebuild soon? Potentially. The Cavs beat the Celtics, beat the Knicks, and beat the Nuggets to win their first ring since 2016. All right, so do we see any Clippers retire? We do not. Oh, we did actually at the end there. We ended up seeing PJ. Oh my God, PJ Tucker retired. That just saved me $11 million. Hell yeah, let's go. That is actually massive. Yeah, that is huge for sure. I don't think we have our first round pick in this draft, unfortunately. So our first round pick is going to go to the Wizards at 25. That was involved in the Daniel Gafford trade. I think Dallas ended up with it because they made a trade with OKC. Ends up in the Wizards' hands. So we do not own a first round pick. We don't have a young core on this team either. So I'm going to have to make some crazy moves. There's a chance Ty Lue is not the coach next year. That could be a possibility, but they may try to get an extension done with him. I think his contract is up, so I don't know why he's got 2 years left on his deal here. We're going to try to sign or hire Joe Prunty to be our assistant head coach. I was not a fan of the Kobe Brown pick last year, and I don't know if he's really going to have a big part of this team's future. I have no idea if I'm going to be able to pull off this trade with the Magic on draft night. Could I get pick 19 and Mo Wagner could give us some big man depth? If they don't want to give me Mo Wagner, it's fine. I'll give them Norman Powell, who's got 2 years left on his deal. Maybe a little bit more of a realistic option for them than going out and getting a Paul George or a Klay Thompson this offseason. So will they accept this? I don't know if they will. I'm not giving up any future first round picks. I would give up my second in this draft. I don't want to give up a first. I mean, I don't need Mo Wagner. I don't want to trade him just for the 19th overall pick. I'd like some rotational piece. I mean, Jet Howard maybe. I doubt they can be Jet Howard, right? Yeah, they don't want to do that. What about if I can get Caleb Houston? Caleb Houston at 19 for Norman Powell. That saves us some money. I would have liked Mo Wagner. They would want 2 seconds, and you're going to give me a first. Well, what are we doing here? I'm just trying to be nice to you. I'll give you the 48th pick for this. Okay, you know what? I was trying to be nice. Whatever. 2K, you are the dumbest 2K trade engine sometimes, for real. So Caleb Houston could be on our team next year. I mean, he shot 37% from 3. He's 21 years old, former 32nd overall pick in the 22 draft. Now, we have a lot of one-year contracts and at least some younger players on this team. I'm glad we have the 19th overall pick. I do plan on doing sign-in trades with both Paul George and James Harden. I don't plan on bringing them back next year. So Cody Williams goes number 1 to the Detroit Pistons. Number 2, the Toronto Raptors are going to take Zachary Risachet. 3 goes Jacoby Walter to the Atlanta Hawks. 4, the Washington Wizards are going to be taking Ron Holland out of the G League Ignite, and to finish out the top 5, Stephon Castle to Charlotte. And I don't really think the Clippers should bring back Paul George. If they can pull off a sign and trade, you do that 100%. Obviously better than losing him for absolutely nothing. And I'm going to take Tristan Da Silva, who I think has a good chance of falling to number 19 on draft night. Can do a little bit of everything for the Colorado Buffaloes last year. Good size, good length, can rebound, can pass a little bit, can defend, can knock down mid-ranges and 3-point shots. Is a little bit on the older side as well, but I think is a really good role player in this draft. So Tristan Da Silva, Kuzma, welcome to the LA Clippers. Paul George opts out. Russell Westbrook opts out. I'm going to offer Kai Jones the qualifying offer, same with Brandon Boston, and that will be it. So, like I said, I do want to do sign and trades with both Paul George and James Harden. I'm going to try to win a ring with Kawhi Leonard. So it looks like the Kings were interested as well, but I'm going to call it Miami. I'm going to call it Philadelphia, see if they would want Paul George. For James Harden, I'm going to offer him a 2-year deal worth $70 million, but it's basically going to be exactly like the Fred VanVleet deal. So it's going to be a team option on the last year and a little bit less than that. So I think that will be tradable for sure. We're going to get both of them back, but both of them are going to get traded. It'd be cool if 2K put like a sign and trade engine into this game, like an option. It's like you could sign him to this, but then just do a trade instead of having to manually do it, and then you could do it throughout moratorium, so I don't have to wait till the end, lose out on some guys. All right, I want to see if the Miami Heat will do Paul George for Duncan Robinson, Tower Hero. I mean, I don't even know if I can get a first-round pick out of them. Probably not. Could I steal Bob Carrington, who they just took in the draft? I would also lob you... would you just take Amir Coffey? I don't know. I kind of like would want to see what Amir Coffey could do. I'll give them Kobe Brown. I don't think they'll do this. I would be kind of shocked. I would have been happy if they did. So I will throw in Amir Coffey. Does that get it done? I don't really need Bub Carrington specifically. I mean, we could just try Paul George for Robinson and Hero. I feel like I'm getting a solid return for Paul George. They're not interested in that, but they were interested in giving up Bam Adebayo. I mean, I don't need Duncan Robinson specifically, but you kind of have to throw him in, right? Or we could do Paul George for Tower Hero. I mean, I'm okay with that. And then could I get, I mean, you're not giving me Nikola Jovic, right? What about if we just did Nikola Jovic, and could I do Thomas Bryant? Would they do that? Damn. And I would throw in Kobe Brown. Does that get it done? Not even like a counter offer. All right, what about if we just did Caleb Martin and Tower Hero for Paul George? Okay, they really don't want to trade away Tower Hero. All right, what about this trade with the Milwaukee Bucks? I get Bobby Portis. I get Chris Middleton, who I'm probably going to just reroute and make this a 3-team trade. So Paul George is going to go to the Bucks, and they're going to have Paul George, Damian Lillard, and Giannis Antetokounmpo. I would have to throw in Kobe Brown in this trade. They say no. Okay, never mind. I'm going to do this trade with the New York Knicks. The Knicks are in the Eastern Conference semifinals right now without Julius Randle. We're going to see if we can get Mitchell Robinson and Julius Randle, who's an expiring contract, for Paul George, who could be a secondary shot creator to Jalen Brunson for the Knicks next season. We will include Kobe Brown, and the Knicks agree to that. So we beef up the front court a little bit. We're going to get Randle. Kawhi's going to go back to the 3. And Randle is 30 years old, though, or he's going to be 30 next year. All right, I want to see if the Utah Jazz would give me John Collins and 2 future first-round picks in next year's draft from the Cavs and the Timberwolves for James Harden, and they agree to that. So Utah gets their facilitator to hopefully make the playoffs next year, build him around Lauri Markkanen, and it's not really the worst contract in the world. So we get some draft capital, which is good. We do have a lot of big men on this team right now because Collins, I feel like, is kind of best suited at the 5 because he could space the floor a little bit. So we could be in the market for a trade, but I think that may not come till the deadline. And Bones Hyland is most likely going to be our starting point guard next season. So yeah, I don't think I'm going to make any more trades. We're not going to be that good next year. And Kawhi Leonard isn't getting any younger, sadly. And we get Kai Jones and Brandon Boston back as well. So Kawhi doesn't regress too much, which is great. And then we'll see. Well, injuries are off, so we'll know he'll stay healthy. We're going to try to work out an extension with Julius Randle as well. Zubats could be Zubats and John Collins are both expiring contracts, so one of the two could get moved. And it may be easier to move Zubats as well. So we have like Terrence Mann, Bones Hyland, Amir Coffey, Caleb Houston. We just want to see if some of those guys can actually be long-term pieces. Obviously, it'd be a benefit if the Cavs or Timberwolves are bad next year. But either way, getting that future first-round pick from the Suns via the Magic, like that could be a good trade piece next offseason. Now, this is going to be a really weird team this year. It's kind of an odd fit. We don't really have any guard help. So we could be somewhat active at the deadline. Bones Hyland, Terrence Mann, Kawhi, Randle, Zubats with John Collins, Mitchell Robinson, Amir Coffey, Houston, and Tristan Da Silva off the bench. We are 3.5-star pace and space under Ty Lue. And Randle has a player option, so I don't know if he's going to get extended. We'll see what it looks like at the deadline. Zubats would come back, but I don't know if we will be bringing him back. All right, so first game of the season on the road against James Harden, we ended up losing by 14. Randle had 28 points. Kawhi had 10, 5, 5, and 5. All right, only took 8 shots. Okay. Mitchell Robinson literally took more shots than Kawhi in that game. We do beat the Suns, though, which is nice. All right, Randle and Kawhi combined for 49 points. Bones had 17 points and 4 steals and shot 70% from the field. Tristan Da Silva was good. John Collins was good. And we do end up losing by 24 here to the Lakers in our first, I guess, Battle of LA game in the new rebrandment. So, yeah, we're not great so far. I just don't want to end up losing like Cooper Flagg in this draft. That would suck. All right, so we're here at the 2025 trade deadline. line, and we are 6 games above 500. Let's go. That is huge. We will definitely take that as long as we're not going to be one of the bottom teams in the Western Conference. I'm cool with that. As this is like a much needed retool season, we could try to look for the next star on the open market for sure. So 29 and 23, we're average at home. We're actually pretty good on the road. So we are the 5th best offensive team in the West. Defensively, we are the 4th best. You know what? Our point differential is 3rd in the West. Okay. I think we do have a mixture of good offense and good defense. Kawhi Leonard is leading the team in scoring, followed by Julius Randle, whose efficiency is okay. I mean, I'm going to be hesitant to giving like Julius Randle the bag. John Collins has been fine. 3-point shot isn't there, but still a good offensive player. Definitely leaves a lot to be desired defensively. Oh, yeah, Bones Highland. I thought he was actually going to maybe break out for us, but not being the case whatsoever. Zubac's been pretty good, but I may look to move him in the next couple of minutes. Tristan Da Silva having a very good rookie season. Fan of that. Mitchell Robinson, he's under contract next year, so I assume he's going to be my starting center. And then you got Terrence Mann, who's shooting 33% from 3. He could get moved. Amir Coffey shooting the ball actually pretty well, so I think I'm going to keep him going forward. Caleb Houston, not as much, sadly. So Julius Randle will re-sign. I'm going to give him a 3-year deal. It's going to be around $26 million a year, and it will go up each year. So Randall's back as a Clipper. You know what? I don't think I was going to move John Collins right now either. So I'm going to give him a 2-year extension worth $40 million and can still leverage that for a player in the offseason. And Philly signed a Markelle Fultz to a 2-year deal worth $15 million. His shooting splits have been okay this year. We could use an upgrade at the point guard position. We're going to move Zubats for Fultz. Now, they don't get that Raptors first round pick. 2K for some reason gave it to them. So I'm just going to ask for their 2029 first unprotected. Would they do that? They would. Oh my God, why are you giving me a new first? You know what? I'll just take that 2026 first. I'll give you the second. Okay, thank you. I feel bad. Why is 2K just offering new first when I'm just offering seconds? Just take the original trade. All right, I wonder if I can maybe do this trade with the Houston Rockets. I'm going to take on Jock Landale's bad contract, but I want more than that. I want a first round pick. I want that 2027 first swap, and I'll give you Terrence Mann so you get it off of that contract. They say no, but they would do Caleb Houston, Minnesota's pick this year. I get Steven Adams. You know, I don't hate this. Houston's been kind of disappointing. He may not be back next year. That Minnesota pick isn't going to be great. You know what? Let's do this trade with the Clippers. I'm a fan of it. Yeah, because the Minnesota Timberwolves, that pick's going to be in the 20s. How are the Cavs this year? They're good too. So yeah, that pick will also be in the 20s. And I don't think we got too much worse at the deadline here. Amir Coffey's going to start. He's been shooting the ball fairly well this year. Bones Highland's going to move to the bench. Fultz is the starting point guard. And I can play Tristan Da Silva a little bit more minutes. And I'm going to, I guess, give Steven Adams some minutes as well. And heck, we could even throw Kai Jones in there. So I don't think this team is winning a championship this year, but I don't think that we are going to miss the playoffs. So I'm cool with where we're at. All right, so Luka Doncic is your MVP this season. Alex Sarr, your Rookie of the Year. Hey, having James Harden to further his development as well, it's pretty cool. And I wonder if Walker Kessler's on the trade block. I mean, maybe we call them up again, try to make another trade if we think we can. I mean, but we have Mitch. I mean, it could be a 3-way trade. We could do something like that. So we're going to end the season. We were not great post the trade deadline. We definitely got a little bit worse, which I don't know if we ended up making the play-in tournament or not, or we avoided that as a whole, but we didn't really get any awards outside of Tristan Da Silva, all rookie second team, but he shot 40% from 3. We will take that. So we ended up as the 7th seed. There's a chance we miss out on the playoffs if we lose our next 2 games. We finished with a 41-41 record. And the last 30 days of the season, we were also not great. We were 8-7, we were pretty average. And we're taking on the Lakers, go figure, in the first leg of the play-in tournament as they are the 8th seed. I mean, Markelle Fultz is under contract next year. I don't know if he's the guy to lead the show for us, but I do think we need to upgrade point guard if we are if we can convince ourselves that we can compete for a title next year. We'll see how far that this team goes in the playoffs. I mean, we'll see if Randall's a good enough number 2. I'm still not opposed to moving Randall or Collins in the offseason if a trade does arise, but it looks like we are going to make the playoffs as the 7th seed. We beat the Lakers 136-126. Randall has a good game. I'm going to remember that. Let's go. Kawhi was good. Fultz was good. Hell yeah. John Collins was pretty good as well. Bones was even solid off the bench. Mitch was good, even though he fouled out, and it looks like 19 minutes. Or no, he only played 19 minutes. I guess 2K may have put Collins as the starting center. I hate when they do this. And hey, Amir Coffey's been shooting the ball well. Also, we avoid the Thunder, but we do get the Denver Nuggets, who have the same starting 5. They have Brown, Watson, Strother, Najee, and Dalton Connect off the bench. They were able to pick him up. Game 1 goes to the Nuggets. If I can win 1 or 2 games, I'll be happy. If we can't win more than that, I'll be kind of sad. We do end up losing game 1. We lose game 2 as well by 11 points. Jokic had a 24-point triple-double. Kawhi with 34. Randall with 32. 66 combined between those guys. Game 3 goes to the Nuggets. Damn, we lost by 4. First one at home in the new arena as well. Are we going to get swept? Come on, win one game, please. There we go. All right. We blow them out in game number 4. I'll take that. Kawhi had 28 points. Still look, oh my God, man. Kawhi's been fantastic for us in the playoffs. Game number 5 is going to go to the Nuggets. They end up beating us by 19, which is fine. You know what? I'm glad. It could have been so much worse of a year. Randall was fine. Fultz was actually pretty good for us. Bones Highland did struggle. I doubt he will be back. So will the Cavs go and repeat? Nope. They lost to the Knicks in 7. You have a Thunder Sixers finals, and the Thunder win in 7 with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander being your finals MVP. All right, so we do see LeBron James retire here in the 2025 offseason. Same with Russell Westbrook, who went back to the Washington Wizards. You know what? I don't hate that for him. He had a good year there, and if he takes a veteran kind of leadership role and can just pass the ball a ton to Bilal and Denny, I'm cool with that. We'll see if that actually ends up happening. We don't see any Clippers retiring here. LeBron and Russ, both heads of the Hall of Fame, former MVP winners. So we are going to head into the offseason with some big decisions to make. I mean, we got bounced in 5 games to the Nuggets. We have to continue to get better. We are going to lose out on our first round pick. That's going to go to the Thunder at 18. We are going to get 2 first round picks, funny enough, being at the last 2 spots of this draft, 29 and 30. We originally had 26 as well from the Rockets, or from the Timberwolves, but then we traded to the Rockets. We're going to keep Ty Lue as our head coach. So I'm not going to end up with like a Cooper Flagg or anybody like that, but we do have enough assets to maybe try to contend next year. And I wonder if maybe we could convince LaMelo Ball to want out of Charlotte and come here to Los Angeles. I doubt I could pull this off, but I'm going to try it. Would we be able to offer Markelle Fultz, John Collins? We would offer the Magic pick next year. Now, I would probably have to wait until I make some selections here. But if I give you that net, so 2 first-round picks, those guys, as well as Jock Landale, I mean, I would be shocked if they accepted this, but you never know with 2K. Oh, my God, they did. Oh, my God, let's go. Okay, so those picks I think are going to be pretty good. But we just went out and traded 2 valuable first. We gave up John Collins and Markelle Fultz for LaMelo Ball. Hell yeah, he worked his way to Charlotte to come to LA. All right, and I do have the 29th and 30th picks in this draft still, so now we're trying to win a championship next year. I'm going to get Rocco Zikarsky out of Australia here with the 29th pick, and I'm going to take Nasir Cunningham here with the 30th pick, another wing. So, I mean, I kind of like where our starting 5 is at, because right now it's LaMelo at the 1. I think we got to figure out a defensive 2 guard, and then like Amir Coffey can come off the bench. We have Kawhi at the 3, Randall at the 4, Mitchell Robinson at the 5. That's not terrible. I'm going to offer everybody here the qualifying offer. I'd probably move Bones Highland if he came back. He's our only unrestricted free agent. I don't think I'm going to bring back Steven Adams. We do have Zikarsky, who can kind of be the backup 5 next year. Yes, there's some good shooting guards. Quentin Grimes would fit that 3-and-D mold perfectly. A perimeter D, A-minus 3-point. Isaiah Joe, Alex Caruso. KCP is here at 32 years old. We actually do have like $11 million in cap space. So I'm actually going to go out and try to get Quentin Grimes, and we would renounce the rights on Bones Highland with that. I will have to do the same for Amir Coffey, unfortunately, but hopefully I'm able to bring him back. Actually, could I steal KCP instead? We give KCP 2 years, $10 million. I think that would be a huge pickup for us. Boom. Yeah, let's give Amir Coffey a 1-year minimum contract. Unfortunately, we don't have the James Harden trade exception anymore. And I'm going to sign Steven Adams actually to a 1-year deal to be the 3rd-string center. So I like this team. Kawhi, LaMelo, Randall, Mitchell Robinson, Quentin Grimes. Got 3 former Knicks right there. KCP, Adams, Amir Coffey. I don't know if it's going to win a championship next year, but I think it could be pretty solid. I do wonder if giving up all those assets, though, for LaMelo Ball will be good enough for us, but he is still just 23 years old. All right, so this is going to be the starting 5: LaMelo, Grimes, Leonard, Randall, and Robinson, with Amir Coffey, Tristan Da Silva, KCP, and Steven Adams off the bench. A little bit older, but I know the overalls aren't high, but I think they're better than what the overalls say they are. I'm going to send Rocco Zikarsky to the G League, and I'm also going to sign somebody and send Nasir Cunningham to the G League, and that was going to be Vlatko Konkar. We had to sign like Jordan McLaughlin as well, and then we got Jetty Osman and Jordan Miller back on the QO. So, yeah, first game of the year against the Nuggets. We can hopefully get revenge for them beating us last year, and we end up beating them by 6. We do have LaMelo Ball now. Also, shout out to Tristan Da Silva with a great game 1. He could be a huge X factor for us this season. All right, so we are 27 and 23 at the trade deadline. Maybe not the record I would have liked to have at this point, but we are the 4th seed in the Western Conference. It could be a lot worse. The OKC Thunder have 10 more point differential than us, like 10 higher points. That is kind of insane and shows how far behind we are than them right now. We do have 3 20-point per game scorers with LaMelo, Randall, and Kawhi. Tristan Da Silva has been very good for us this season, and I'm glad we have him on the team. But I don't know, man. Quentin Grimes shooting 35 from 3, 36 from the field. He has not been great. Amir Coffey, his 3-point shot has dropped 7 percentage points from last season. Mitchell Robinson is also a free agent at the end of the year, and he is unhappy right now. So maybe we're going to look to move Mitch right now. So the Utah Jazz do have Alex Sarr. I wonder if I could try to move these guys to go out and get Walker Kessler. I mean, Do we try to do it without giving up Mitch and we move Mitch to the backup role? I would have to give up multiple first-round picks here because I don't even know how we get there financially. Like, I would probably have to throw in KCP. I mean, I don't want to give up Zakarsky either. I mean, I would love to move Mitch for Walker Kessler, but I would have to take on a bad contract. And that would probably have to be Jordan Clarkson, who is unfortunately making a decent amount or has 2-star trade value. So could I somehow do just Nasir Cunningham and Mitch for Clarkson and Kessler? They want Coffee in a first. I mean, I don't really want to give up a first. I do have some seconds or just one that I could throw in this deal. And Jordan Miller, does that get it done? They would want now 2. Stop, man. I'm not giving you 2 first-rounders. But I could get Walker Kessler and I could re-sign him. You know what? I would give up this swap wars this year. Would they do that? They do. Okay, I think that was huge for us. I'm okay giving up that first because I can pay Walker Kessler a ton of money at the end of the year. And Mitch didn't want to re-sign with us anyway. So I think if we do end the season a little bit disappointing, like Kawhi's only getting older, I think we'd probably try to fast track this a little bit more. And I'd look to move Randall this offseason. I'm just going to give Jordan Clarkson a 1-year minimum extension. I don't know if we're going to try to unleash him in the playoffs or something like that. So for MVP at the end of the 26th season, it's Luka Doncic. Dylan Harper is your rookie of the year. Jarris Walker, 6th man. Wemby takes home Depoy. Wiseman, most improved. Nikola Jokic, clutch player of the year. And Mark Daigneault, coach of the year. I don't think that we're going to beat the Thunder in the playoffs, unfortunately, as they're just, they're so much better than us right now. And they have Luka and Cade over in Dallas, and Cade was on all NBA second team, which is kind of, oh my God, he put up 31 points. Luka also put up 31 points. That is insane. So we ended the season as the 3 seed in the West. All right, so maybe we're going to get a playoff series victory under our belt, something the Clippers haven't done since the 2021 playoffs. It's been that long. Hopefully LaMelo can maybe take us all the way. Tristan De Silva looks pretty good. Quentin Grimes, oh boy, man, he could not hit a shot. He wouldn't be able to find water if he fell out of a boat. So I think I'm going to go with Coffee in the playoffs over him. Coffee ended up shooting 30% from 3. I mean, or do I go with KCP? F it. We're going with KCP as the starter. He's the only one that wants to hit his threes. So I'm going to go 15 to Coffee, 15 to Grimes. I don't think I'm going to play Clarkson at all. I think, actually, you know what? We are going to play Clarkson a little bit. No, why is Tristan De Silva not playing? I mean, do I not play Quentin Grimes as a whole? That's a potential. I mean, like, we maybe will go with the 10-man rotation to start and see how far this can go. We'll see kind of who struggles and who comes out on top, and then I will make some adjustments. So, can we beat Scoot and the Portland Trailblazers? We do win game 1 by 20 points. Randall puts up 23. KCP, yes! All right. Thank you, KCP. Grimes 1 for 5. Clarkson 1 for 4. Game number 2 goes to the LA Clippers. Tristan De Silva with 20 points in 21 minutes. There we go, Grimes. That's what I'm talking about. Game number 3 goes to the Clippers. Anthony Simons at 19, but LaMelo had 34, 8, 15, and 7. Wow. Randall was great. Kawhi was good. De Silva is good off the bench once again. And I think Amir Coffey is going to get demoted out of this rotation, sadly. Actually, no, it's going to be Quentin Grimes. Or excuse me, it's going to be Jordan Clarkson. All right, game number 4 is going to go to the Portland Trailblazers. They end up beating us by 3, 18 and 10 for Walker Kessler. Game number 5 goes to the Trailblazers. Do not blow a 3-0 lead, please. Okay, thank God. We do end up winning in 6, even though we almost choked that in the 4th quarter. All right, so we're taking on the Dallas Mavericks next. We know that they have Luka and Cade in their backcourt. They still have Dante Exum. They have Isaac. Still have Lively and Gafford. It's a good team. I would consider us the underdogs right now. They end up winning game 1. We scored 6 points. We got outscored 35-6 in the 1st quarter. All right, you can't make that up. Game number 2 goes to the Clippers. Thank God. All right, so we're alive again. I can't believe we got outscored 35-6 in the 1st quarter, and we take a 2-1 lead. Let's go. Kessler with 23, LaMelo with a triple-double. There's Kawhi and De Silva. Game number 4. Can we take a 3-1 lead? No, they end up tying it up. Damn it, our 4th quarter sucked. Game number 5 is going to go to the Dallas Mavericks, sadly. Come on. Can we force a game 7? Nope, we end up losing in 6. So we made it to round 2 this year. Hopefully we could somehow make it back next year. If it's Houston in the conference finals, that would have been a little sad. But we do end up losing to the team that made it to the finals, and they're taking on the Milwaukee Bucks, and the Bucks end up winning in 5. And Luka, even though they lost, got finals MVP, funny enough. All right, so a notable retirement class right here. No, we lost KCP. I signed him to a 2-year deal too. That sucks. We do retire James, or excuse me, not James Harden's number, Chris Paul's number. And the draft lottery here, yeah, the Hornets ended up getting the 2nd overall pick from that LaMelo Ball trade, so it worked out somewhat for them. I thought I traded that Rockets Brooklyn pick, but that may be for next year's draft in 27. We don't own a 1st-round pick here. It's going to go to the Jazz at 26 that we ended up giving up in that Walker Kessler trade. So Ty Lue, do I want to bring you back? I will bring him back. I think he can get it done. I do. All right, Jimmy Butler's on the Kings. Kings. He got traded from Miami to Sacramento. Obviously, he's going to request a trade. I feel like Jimmy would do that. We're going to do this trade with them. We're going to give them Julius Randle and Quentin Grimes, 2 former Knicks. We're going to get Mo Wagner eventually. I wanted him in that Norman Powell trade. And we're getting Jimmy Butler, who's going to be 37 years old next year. He's not Miami Jimmy anymore, but I think his defense, his physicality could be better, and his three-point shot looked solid last year, and I like his defense more than Randall's. Grimes was really bad for us, and we get a solid backup center behind Walker Kessler. Kawhi's going to probably play the 4, unless I want to move Jimmy back to the shooting guard position, in which he played back in his Chicago Bull days. So yeah, we're going all in. The Lakers got a generational center with the number 1 overall pick. I don't know about generational, but good one. It looks like Clifford Hall, number 2. This was from the LaMelo Ball trade, but I'm cool having LaMelo Ball right now. De Silva, welcome back, who could start at the power forward spot next year if we did Jimmy at the 2 and Kawhi at the 3. So we're going to pay Walker Kessler a ton of money this offseason, and it's going to be a 5-year, $116 million contract. So who could I bring in? I do have a mid-level exception. I mean, right now we could look for a backup point guard. I could use for a backup shooting guard. And we're going to bring in Corey Kispert, 3 years, $34 million. Hell yeah, man. This is someone that's actually going to knock down his threes for us. And I want to see if I can bring in Caleb Martin on a 1-year deal and Gabe Vincent on a 1-year deal. Boom. And we're going to get back Amir Coffey on a 1-year deal as well, worth the minimum. So Luka goes to the Miami Heat. Steph goes back to Golden State. Kyrie goes to Charlotte. De'Aaron Fox to the Knicks. I saw Franz Wagner to the Kings as well. So Jimmy's an 89 overall. I think this team could win a championship next year. I really do. All right, so it's LaMelo, Kispert, Butler, Kawhi, Kessler with De Silva, Mo Wagner, Amir Coffey, and Rocco Zikarsky, who was our first-round pick last year off the bench. System proficiency is going to be 3.5 star pace and space. I think this may be our last chance at winning a championship. We get off to a fantastic start. All right, if it comes down to it, let me just re-sign Kawhi to a 2-year extension, but we have our best record at any trade deadline yet. We are 36 and 14. We're a game and a half back behind the Thunder for the 1 seed in the West. We're clearly the number 2 team in the conference. LaMelo Ball is balling out. Kawhi's been good. Jimmy's obviously regressing, but we had him for other reasons as well. And now like Tristan De Silva's offense can continue to grow. And I think this team is our most well-oriented and well-balanced team that we've had yet. Hopefully it can lead to a championship. All right, so Tyrese Halliburton won MVP this year for the Indiana Pacers. Halliburton has not looked the same since the beginning of the year in real life. Shane Ray, Rookie of the Year. Nikola Topic, 6th Man of the Year behind Scoot Henderson. Wemby Depoy, Most Improved goes to Topic again. And then Luka, Clutch Player of the Year, but in Miami. He drops from 31 points tonight to 23. Diagonal Coach of the Year. I was hoping it would be Ty Lue. We did get LaMelo Ball on All-NBA First Team. He averaged 11 assists a night. The efficiency, though, honestly wasn't great. But we did finish the year as the 2 seed. We're going to be taking on the Luka-less Dallas Mavericks in round number 1. They do have a sharp Cade backcourt, though. And yeah, LaMelo leading the way with scoring, followed by Kawhi, De Silva, Kessler, Jimmy, Wagner, and Kispert. In round number 1, can we beat the Dallas Mavericks and win our 2nd straight round 1 series? Back-to-back years, boom, we do. We end up beating them in 5 after they won game number 1. Jimmy stepped up and averaged 20 points, 5.5 rebounds, and 7 assists. LaMelo averaged 12.5 assists. But now we got to go up against Robert Dillingham, Vassell, Johnson, Keegan Murray, and of course, Victor Wembanyama. Can Walker Kessler stay in front of Wemby? We are up 3-2, and we end up winning in 6. And for the first time in this video, we have made it to the conference finals here in the 2027 season. LaMelo averaged 32 and 11 in that series. Jimmy Butler was phenomenal offensively. We're getting playoff Jimmy, and we're taking on the OKC Thunder. So 1 seed versus 2 seed in both conferences. This team is beatable. It's obviously great with its big 3 of Chet, J-Dub, and Shea, but it's beatable, and we just beat them in game 1 by 20. That's what I'm talking about. All right, let's win game number 2. All right, we're up 2-0. I'm going to stay calm, though, because we can easily blow this 2-0 lead, but winning both in OKC is huge. Don't let them tie it up. All right, brand new series. Every road team has won so far. All right, LaMelo's been good in this series so far. So has Kawhi. Jimmy struggled a little bit more. Huge game 5. This one is massive, man. We're on the road, though. We have beaten them both times, though, in OKC in this series, and we're off to a great start here. We kind of choked it a little bit towards the end of the second, beginning of the third. Just stay close here to end the game. They're pulling away. They're up by 9. They're up by 10, up by 9, and unfortunately, we are going to go down 3-2. Yikes. All right, game 6 here. We're at home. We're up by 20 at the end of the first, and I don't know if we're going to blow that lead. Just don't blow it, all right? At one point, we were only up by 10. We're up by 15. I think we're going to a game 7, and we are going to do just that. Let's go. I was even scared. We ended up going up 39-19 at the end of the first. LaMelo puts up 44 and 12 to stay alive. Here we go. Game 7. Winner's going to take on the Miami Heat and Luka Doncic. We're on the road. We are 2-1 in OKC in this series so far. I'd like to end not at 500. Back and forth, man. 71, 71 apiece. Ah, they're up by 6. I'm scared they're about to pull away. Why do I just suck in the third quarter? Damn, we're down by 5. Come on, down by 4. Oh, God, we're down by 9. No. Down by 10. Can we pull back? We're down by 8. Let's try it. All right, so we do have Kawhi in, who's got 5 points. Way to show up, Kawhi. LaMelo's got 25 and 11. LaMelo kicked that out to Jimmy. Not the greatest three-point shooter in the world. Thank you, Jimmy. I needed that so badly. 5-point game. He had 6 points before that shot. Kawhi, you got to get on Isaiah Joe. What are you doing? Luckily, he does miss that. That was like a 40-foot three. LaMelo gets to the rim. All right, let's go. LaMelo's tired. It's a 3-point game with 3.5 minutes left. Plenty of time left. What was that defense by Walker Kessler? Tip that down, dude. De Silva, find Kessler inside, and he gets rejected by Chet Holmgren. That was gross. Can we get a steal back? No. All right, De Silva, just stay in front. Come on, get a block. No! Do I challenge? I'm gonna challenge it. That might be stupid. Unfortunately, it's not getting overturned. All right, we're gonna opt for Corey Kispert over Tristan De Silva. Just a little bit more elite three-point shooting making as we are about to be down by 7. Oh my God, Shane just fouled out. Oh, wow. Shane just picked up his 6th foul as I was backing him down with Walker Kessler. All right. Kessler, please make these free throws. All right. Well, that release makes me scared that he drops to his knees almost every time. All right. Please make... Oh, he's going to miss that one. All right. He goes 1 for 2, but I guess Shea fouled out, which is good. All right. How do they have numbers already on this? And Chet is wide open. Isaiah Joe for 3. You got to be kidding me. What is this transition defense as we're down by 9 right now? Corey Kispert, I need this so badly. I need this. He's going to miss that, isn't he? All right, Kessler right there. Kessler and 1. Come on. I needed that, ref. Jimmy with the right hand. That is good. Still a 7-point game. I mean, it's far from over still. We just got to play some defense. We can't get a stop. And Chet's going to miss that, but we can't get the rebound. Oh, my God. Lou Dort 3, please. Oh, my God. The second chance points. LaMelo, this would be a huge 3. Let's go. All right, he's got 25. Still just a 7-point game. I really don't think it's in our best interest to press right now. Like, LaMelo got beat by Cason Wallace so easily. All right, just stay in front. Oh, my God, Jimmy, you're going to cook me. All right, Lou Dort, just stay in front. Good defense. Good defense. Fantastic defense. Oh, let's go. Jimmy with the steal. Kick it up to Kawhi, who's done absolutely nothing here. Kick it over to LaMelo. LaMelo, pump fake, got him in the air. Get to the rim. Kick that out to Jimmy. Oh, my God, I messed that up. How did I get that rebound? I have no idea. LaMelo, get to the rim. Please go right at Wallace. Can I get a foul call? No. That was so bad. That would have been my chance to come back. All right. Can I get a block here? Chet, he's going to miss that, right? Nope. He hits that. I mean, that shot with LaMelo was so bad. I kind of got nervous down there. Kawhi knocks down that fade, but we're still down by 7. And unfortunately, Cason Wallace does miss 1 at least. All right, we got to push it. Come on, Kawhi. We got to push it. We don't have much time here. I don't even know who I want taking this 3. I guess it's LaMelo, but he is guarded. All right, Kispert, you want to hit 1 contested 3 for me? Nope, he misses it, and we are going to lose in 7 games, sadly. All right, I really sold my soul to losing 7 in the conference finals because I gave up a couple younger pieces to go out and get Jimmy Butler, and then you have a Thunder Heat finals, and the Thunder end up winning back-to-back 7-game series. Paul George, Drew Holiday, Jimmy Butler! Oh, my God. Retires. God damn it. Paul George heads to the Hall of Fame. I'm going to try to do 1 more year with this team to try to get a ring, but it seems like it's going to be impossible. And the Hornets ended up with the 4th overall pick in this draft, so we ended up giving them 2 top 4 picks for LaMelo. Seems like a win-win. And we're not going to have any cap space this offseason either. All right, I'll see you guys later in the day in my current life, and we'll try to get this team a ring. All right, so the 2027 draft just happened. The Grizzlies got an elite center right there. We did draft Zach Richards, who could get traded. I couldn't trade that pick for any player specifically, but we got the big man out of Washington, which I don't feel like I see a lot of Washington prospects. Rocco Zagarsky's up to a 79 overall. He could be a pretty good backup big man for us. Tristan De Silva, he might not hit that 80 overall tier, which is kind of interesting. I thought he would be in the 80s by now. Jordan Clarkson, sure, you can come back on the minimum. So how is our roster looking? Well, I forgot. Jimmy retired. Yeah, I told you guys I was going to record this later in the day. Here I am, and Jimmy Butler retired. So I don't even think I have cap space, which is brutal, man. Oh my God, I could sign Bradley Beal. I could sign Brandon Podziemski. Where do I want to allocate my money to? I mean, Tari Eason, would it be terrible? Yeah, I think I'm going to go after Tari Eason here. So actually, we do have $21 million to spend. Does that mean I'm going to move on from Mo Wagner? Probably. And we're going to renounce the rights on, I don't know, maybe he'll let me bring back him. So I'm going to sign Jordan Clarkson and Tari Eason. I think I could do. Don't screw me. Oh, okay. Good thing I did that because we're going to get Tari Eason, which honestly, he could be better than Jimmy Butler next year. Like, it's going to be LaMelo at the 1, Kispert at the 2, Kawhi at the 3, De Silva as the 6th man, Eason at the 4, Kessler at the 5. We have Zikarsky coming off the bench, maybe Zach Richards, and obviously De Silva. You know, we're not going to be that bad, but we do need to upgrade the bench. So to run the second unit, I'm going to try to sign Craig Porter Jr. I don't know if I'll be able to snag another wing, but maybe I'll be able to move Zach Richards for one. This is the final year, man. Let's go and trade the first round pick next year and Zach Richards, who is our first round pick, for Kevin Huerter. I just need him to shoot 42% from 3, basically like Corey Kispert, but for the bench. Yeah, we're going to have to sign all veteran minimums to wrap out the team. So hopefully we're pretty good because this is the final year. I would like to go out on a ring. I mean, it's good enough if Kawhi isn't horrible. All right, so Luka Doncic wins MVP for the Miami Heat in his age 29 season. Claude Holloway is your Rookie of the Year. Bronny James, 6th Man of the Year in Cleveland. Wemby Depoy, Most Improved goes to Kyle Filipowski, and Donovan Mitchell, Clutch Player of the Year. We got LaMelo Ball on All-NBA First Team. There was nothing I could really do with the deadline. This team is set, and we did finish as the 1 seed, so we're still really good. We're not missing Jimmy Butler too much. We tied with the Spurs, 1 game better than the Thunder for the best record in the West. But about all 3 of those teams, we have the 3rd best point differential, which is a little alarming. LaMelo led the team in scoring, followed by Kawhi, Tristan De Silva. Then you have Walker Kessler and Tari Eason. I think a great front court duo. Rocco Zikarsky, not bad offensively. I just wish he shot a little bit better from 3. Corey Kispert shot 37% from 3. Kevin Huerter, same thing. And for the playoffs, how do I want to adjust this rotation? I think Rocco can get like 17 minutes a night. Let's go 27 to De Silva. We can go like 15 to Huerter and Porter Jr. That's fine. Kawhi can get 34. LaMelo 37. Kispert 28. Eason 32. And then let's go 35. Just kidding. 33 to Kessler. 36 to Kawhi. Can I get one more good playoff series out of Kawhi Leonard, or one more good playoff run? Can he get his 3rd Finals MVP with 3 different teams? For some reason, the Warriors have Jamal Murray, and they have Steph Curry still. Don't lose to an 8 seed. I will cry. I will cry. Please. Okay, we don't blow a 3-1 lead. We advance. That is huge. And what's amazing about the 1 seed, we avoid OKC and San Antonio in round 2. They're going to beat up on each other. We get New Orleans. Still a good team, but I'm not as scared. It's the Vita Zubats revenge series, though. Let's see if we're able to beat them and go to the conference finals. Yeah, we gentlemen swept them. And the Thunder beat the Spurs in 5 as well. LaMelo was great. Kawhi was great. I'm nervous, man. I'm nervous. Game 1 goes to the Clippers. Game 2 goes to the Clippers. Game 3 to the Thunder. Please win Game 4. Yes! Don't blow a 3-1 lead. Yes! Yes! We are in the finals. We are in the finals taking on Luka Doncic and the Miami Heat. We lost in 7 last year. Don't make it to the finals just to lose. Please tie it up. No. No, you gotta be kidding me, man. Oh, Kispert's been trash. Same with De Silva. Are we gonna lose in 5? All right, we're still alive. They're sucking me in. Game 6 at home. Win this, and anybody could win Game 7. Please win this one. We're looking good. Don't choke it in the 4th. You guys are choking it. Oh my God, we're down by 7 with 95 seconds left. Can we come back? Oh my God! No! We came back, and we lost in overtime by 1. No!